Okay, let's take a look at these two works of art in terms of aspects of color. I have the traditional and the additive subtractive color wheels out here for our reference, and our HSB display of colors. And we'll use the eyedropper tool to test any of the colors when it's in question. Okay, in terms of the color temperature, certainly these are all warm colors in here. Then you have a cool color and a cool color and some warm colors. And so you have a contrast in temperature, but overall it does have kind of a warm, homey kind of feeling to this. Now over here you have blue and green, which are cooler colors, and then you have red. And so again you have a mixture of some warm colors and cool colors. Now in terms of value, certainly you have light values here, and you have some grays and darker values. So this is helping to create some modeling and volume to the drapery here, tablecloth. And then you have a lot of texture in the background created with some highlights, some lighter values, and some darker values. You certainly have a lot of dark values here, and then light for accents. Now over here you have some very dark in the background, which is helping with depth. And these colors here are pretty dark. These are dark tones. These are a little lighter areas that you see in here, and a little lighter in here, and so you have quite a value contrast. But overall I would say this is a low-key design where it's more strong and stable, using mostly low values. Where over here there's quite a mix. Couldn't really say this is high-key or low-key. Now in terms of the overall color harmony, this one uses kind of a red-orange. It's pretty consistent red-orange. And so let's use the traditional color wheel because this is a painting. And so it's kind of right in here. And then I'm going to mark that just to make it a little easier to remember where that was. Okay, and then we have, this is kind of a yellow-orange. It's getting pretty much in yellow-orange. So we'll call this pretty much yellow, yellow-orange. And then it's got a cyan green, and this is still yellow. And so you have cyan green and yellow and a yellow orange. And so this really doesn't make any identifiable color strategy or color harmony that we've been studying. And yellow orange and cyan green down here. So it's kind of a leap. You couldn't really even call it analogous. It's kind of using colors on this side of the color wheel. And so in order for it to be a real triad, it would be needing to use red, yellow, and blue. And it's this blue is definitely not a standard blue of 240 you'd be looking for. Now in terms of color strategy over here, you have lots of warm colors, kind of yellow, orange, and then you have some green. And so yellow, orange, green. It's on the additive color wheel down here. Yellow, orange, green wouldn't be too bad for analogous. You're getting some orange and red. Okay, so, and then it's coming way down to here. So even this is a stretch on the additive color wheel for an analogous color strategy. It was, you would use the traditional color wheel to mix paint with. And so if it was analogous, you'd expect it to be probably normally within a range of 60, but it could be more. It's usually a primary and a secondary, but it could be two primaries. And so you'd expect it to be more in this range. This one is going beyond that range. It's going all the way here, so it's a little more than an analogous. And so I'm not seeing really a definite color strategy in terms of the ones that we've been studying on either of these. Okay, in terms of whether the color is being used descriptively, expressively, or symbolically, I would say descriptively over here because these are pretty much the colors that you would normally see. around a scene, a household scene. Now here, these are more expressive because it's an abstract, and you're expressing some emotion here, so lots of swirls, lots of action and movement, and warm colors, alternating with some dull or cool colors.